From the moment we are young, we are told a certain kind of story. It's a beautiful story full of romance and promise. We see it in movies, we read it in books, and we hear it from our families. The story says that the ultimate goal, the grand prize at the end of this journey called life, is finding a partner, getting married, and starting a family. It's presented as the peak of the mountain, the one true marker of a successful and complete life. This narrative is so powerful, so deeply woven into the fabric of our world, that we often accept it without even a second thought. It becomes our own personal script. We start to measure our lives against this story. Am I on track? Am I falling behind? These are the questions that begin to whisper in our minds as we navigate our 20s and 30s. We see friends posting their engagement photos, their wedding pictures, and then their baby announcements. Each post can feel like a reminder of a finish line we haven't crossed yet. The pressure builds, not always from the outside, but from within ourselves. We internalize this belief that a life without a spouse or a child is somehow less meaningful, less whole, or less worthy of celebration. This is a heavy burden to carry on the path to discovering who we truly are. I remember talking to so many women on my show who felt this exact way. They were accomplished, they were brilliant, they had incredible careers and deep friendships, but there was always this lingering feeling of incompleteness. They would tell me, "Oprah, I've done all these things, but I'm not married." It was as if all their other achievements were somehow diminished because they hadn't checked that one specific box. This tells us just how deeply this idea is rooted. We have been conditioned to believe that this single path is the only path to true happiness and fulfillment. And that is a powerful and sometimes limiting belief. But what if we started to question that story? What if we dared to believe that marriage and childbirth are not the final destination for everyone? What if they are simply one possible journey among many? The truth is, a full and beautiful life can take so many different forms. It can be a life of adventure, of service, of creativity, or of quiet contemplation. Recognizing this is the first step toward freeing ourselves from the weight of expectation and allowing ourselves to explore the endless possibilities that life has to offer. The real goal is not to reach a predetermined finish line, but to live a life that is authentic and true to our own soul. This pressure doesn't just come from within, it is reinforced all around us by our culture and society. It's in the casual questions at family gatherings. Are you seeing anyone special? Or, when are you going to give me some grandbabies? These questions, though often well-intentioned, carry a heavy weight. They are subtle reminders of a societal timeline, a checklist of life events that we are all expected to follow. It's a script that has been handed down through generations, and deviating from it can often be met with confusion or concern from those who love us the most. They want us to be happy, and they have been taught that this specific path is the only way to get there. Think about the stories we celebrate. Our biggest holidays and traditions are often centered around the family unit. Advertisements show happy families gathered around a dinner table. Social media feeds are filled with images of domestic bliss. This constant stream of imagery creates a powerful narrative that equates family life with happiness and success. It can make anyone walking a different path feel like an outsider, as if they are missing out on the most important part of the human experience. This cultural conditioning is so pervasive that it can be hard to even imagine an alternative vision of a happy life, one that doesn't necessarily include a walk down the aisle. I once spoke with a woman who was a successful surgeon in her late 30s. She loved her work, had a vibrant social life, and traveled the world. Yet she told me with tears in her eyes that her mother still called her every week to ask if she had met a nice man. Her incredible accomplishments were always overshadowed by her single status in the eyes of her family. This is a story I have heard time and time again. The cultural expectation is so strong that it can blind people to the joy and fulfillment that exists outside of traditional structures. It's a constant, quiet hum in the background of our lives, the whisper of "you should." This pressure to conform can be incredibly isolating. It can make us doubt our own choices and desires. It can push people into marriages or into having children before they are truly ready, or for reasons that are not their own. They do it to please their parents, to keep up with their friends, or simply to stop feeling like they are falling behind. But making life's biggest decisions based on external pressure rarely leads to genuine, lasting happiness. We must learn to turn down the volume on those outside voices so we can hear the one that matters most: our own. As this pressure mounts, something important is getting lost in our modern understanding of marriage. Today, so many unions seem to be built on a foundation of materialism and physical attraction, rather than the deep, soulful connection of companionship. The focus shifts to the size of the diamond ring, the expense of the wedding, and the image of the perfect couple. We see relationships treated like business transactions, where partners are evaluated based on their income, their status, and what they can provide. It becomes less about who are you in your soul, and more about what can you do for me. This is a shaky ground on which to build a life together. When the primary focus is on money and physical chemistry, the true essence of partnership can be overlooked. A friend of mine once shared a story about a couple she knew. They had everything on the outside: a beautiful home, luxury cars, exotic vacations. Their social media was a highlight reel of a perfect life, but behind closed doors, they were strangers. They rarely had a meaningful conversation. They didn't share dreams or support each other's vulnerabilities. Their connection was built on a shared lifestyle, not a shared life. When financial troubles hit, the entire structure crumbled because there was no real friendship to hold it together. This is why companionship is the secret ingredient, the very soul of a lasting partnership. It's the quiet comfort of knowing someone truly sees you and accepts you for who you are, flaws and all. It's the late-night talks, the shared laughter over something silly, and the steady hand that holds yours when life gets tough. It's having a witness to your life who is also your greatest cheerleader. Physical attraction may fade and financial situations can change, but a true friendship, a deep and abiding companionship, is what sustains a relationship through the inevitable storms of life. It's the anchor in the harbor. We have forgotten to prioritize this. We are so busy building an impressive life on the outside that we neglect to build a strong connection on the inside. We look for a partner who completes our resume instead of a partner who completes our soul. But a marriage without friendship is like a house without a foundation. It may look beautiful for a while, but it cannot withstand the test of time. We must start asking different questions when we choose a partner. Do you make me laugh? Can I be my truest self with you? Will you be my friend through it all? So, what is the answer? The answer is to grant yourself the grace to choose your own path. It is time to reclaim your story and decide for yourself what a joyful, meaningful, and complete life looks like. This is your one and only life, and you do not have to live it according to a script written by someone else. If marriage and children are your heart's deepest desire, then that is a beautiful and valid path. Pursue it with intention and seek a partner who offers true companionship. Your journey is worthy and should be celebrated every step of the way. But if your heart calls you elsewhere, that is just as beautiful and just as valid. Perhaps your purpose is found in your art, in your service to others, in building a business, or in exploring the far corners of the world. Perhaps your deepest connections are with your friends, your chosen family, who offer you the love and support you need. A life rich with purpose and love does not require a marriage certificate or a birth announcement. You are not incomplete or lacking because your life doesn't mirror the traditional picture. You are simply the author of a different, equally magnificent story. The key is to get quiet and listen to your inner voice, what I like to call your internal GPS. What truly lights you up? What brings you a sense of peace and purpose? That is your truth. Following that truth, even when it goes against the grain, is the bravest thing you can ever do. It may not always be the easiest road. You may face questions and judgment from a world that doesn't understand. But living an authentic life, a life that is aligned with your soul's calling, brings a depth of fulfillment that conforming to expectations never can. Let today, this very moment, be a turning point. Give yourself permission to dream bigger than the box society has built for you. Celebrate your own journey in all its unique glory. Whether you are married or single, a parent or not, your life has immense value. Your happiness is not a destination to be reached after checking certain boxes. It is something you create every single day by living in alignment with your truest self. Go out and live your truth, unapologetically and with all your heart. That is the real finish line.